going to do a pear and almond tart, and first thing we have to do is make the pastry. It's a Sablee pastry, a French pastry, and what we need for this is 300 grams of plain flour, we need 160 grams of butter, and we need 120 grams of icing sugar. We also need 2 egg yolks, a pinch of salt, and for cooking the pastry we're going to need a pastry case or pastry tray, some baking beans, a rolling pin, and some greaseproof or parchment paper. So to start this, we're going to open our thermomix and set it to scales, and I'm going to weigh out the ingredients, and I'm going to start with the butter. So I need 160 grams of the butter. And now I need 120 grams of icing sugar. Okay, 120. I'm going to put a pinch of salt in. And I'm going to put the 2 egg yolks. I'm just going to separate my egg. I'm not going to use the white, just the yolk. Okay, 2 egg yolks. Okay, I'm going to pop the lid on. And I'm going to run this at speed 4. Okay, that just took about 16 seconds. And there we have all the ingredients incorporated, and the sugar and butter have been creamed. It should go slightly white. Now I'm going to add the flour. Just set the scales, and I need 300 grams of flour. Okay, and we're just going to bring that together. Okay, I've given it another 16 seconds on speed 4. And now I'm just going to scrape down the flour. Just take it down from the edges. And I'll just give it another few minutes, another few seconds. Just give it another 12 seconds there. Okay, what you need to do now is just get some cling film. empty your pastry out onto it. Just be careful of the blades. I'm going to take the blade out. First, I'm going to scrape the rest of this out. You simply just bring it together. And just cover in the cling film. Okay, now this should be stored in the refrigerator for about 45 minutes to an hour, so the butter can go hard again, and it will be easy then to roll out to the shape you want it. So we're going to pop that into the fridge. And here's one I've done already. So it's good and hard, good and firm. Okay, the pastry has been in the fridge for an hour and it's nice and chilled, so we can now roll it out. So how I'm going to do this is I'm going to get some greaseproof paper, and I'm going to take a piece that's the size of my baking tray, a little bit bigger than my baking tray, and then I'm going to take another piece the same size as that. Okay. And this is going to be my guide. So I now know that this is the size of the pastry I need. So I'm just going to put a little bit of flour. I'm going to put my pastry on. And a little bit of flour on top of that. And I'm just going to sandwich it between the two layers. Now I do this so I don't have to be putting flour on, turning it over and messing around with it. All I have to do is roll it out once. I know that if I follow this shape, it's big enough to fit on my tray. Okay, so I'm just going to roll it out, starting in the middle. Fix the paper. Just keep working it out. You can do this with any pastry. Now I'm just going to check my thickness. So that looks pretty good. So now This also helps when we're transferring it to our tray. So I'm going to get my tray ready now. I'm just going to get some butter. Okay. A little bit of butter or margarine. And then just some sugar or some flour. Okay. Now, I simply just peel off side. Now, I'm simply just going to turn this upside down, move my tray in underneath it, and I'm just going to place it over.